Greetings, Taurus and Taurus rising. This is your Western forecast for February 2024. Career is the main theme. Initiating new business, getting promoted, a lot more getting recognition. Why all these superlatives with business, career? And we're putting a focus on maybe fame for some of you, or just getting recognized, getting more professional, your reputation more enhanced. That's because there's going to be 5 planets all transiting Aquarius this month. This is incredibly unusual. It's more than half of all the planetary energies is putting all this emphasis on Aquarius. And I'll break down what Aquarius can bring into the picture. But Aquarius is 10 signs past Taurus, or the Taurus rising. The 10th house is career. It's leadership. It's taking charge. Can also get you involved with government. That's the 9th house, or that's the 10th house. Being of authority in leadership and being the big boss, that's all the 10th house. Now, the last week of February, now the Sun and Mercury that had been in Aquarius in the 10th house of business matters goes into your 11th house. The 11th house is when you start looking more at your long-range plans. You know, the first part of February could be more about, selling the business ideas, getting the job, launching new products. Be very busy with the whole business side. And then the last week, and then going into March, could be more focused on, so where's all this going? So you got the job, you launched the business, how are you going to make any money? What is the 5-year plan? So we're going to be looking at that, and we'll be looking at the new moon on February the 9th and how that will impact you, and the full moon in Virgo on February the 24th. So before I unpack all these different layers and how it's going to impact you, if you enjoy these kinds of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. And if you go into the description box underneath the video, you'll find a link that will take you to my website where you can book an astrology reading or check out my 2-question offer. Let's start with the Sun is in Aquarius the first 3 weeks of every February. In fact, it will be there to the 20th of February. Wherever the Sun is shining, to your, in general, to your sun sign or your rising sign, or specific with your horoscope, if you know the exact time of birth, so you know exactly where the Sun is shining in your chart. The Sun is where your priorities, your attention is all being the main focus. And Aquarius, again, is 10 signs past Taurus or Taurus rising. So what is most important, what's lighting you up, is all business matters, leadership, taking charge, visibility. Now, Mercury is the messenger god. What are you discussing, planning? Mercury goes into Aquarius in your 10th house of business matters on February the 4th to the 23rd. That could be very favorable for lots of business negotiations or pitching ideas, negotiating contracts. Now, Venus is that planet of creativity, but also sociability, contentment. Venus is what you enjoy and value. And the Venus will go into Aquarius in your 10th house on February the 16th till March the 11th. And then we have ambitious, assertive Mars. Mars takes action. Mars goes into Aquarius, into your 10th house on February the 12th for nearly 6 weeks. But this only happens once every 2 years. And that Mars is all that physical, risk-taking, initiating action, with the Venus tends to soften it. So because the Mars sometimes can be too ego-oriented, and the Venus can bring in more this harmony and diplomacy, and the Mercury is being able to articulate and to negotiate. But see, such an emphasis on career matters. And then we have Pluto, which I've been talking about for the past year, because Pluto is about transformation. It's about endings and new beginnings. And Pluto went into Aquarius, into your 10th house of career matters, could indicate a big shift, change with the whole business career. But the seeds of that were just being planted at the end of March 2023 to the beginning of June. Then the Pluto retrograded back into Capricorn. Capricorn's government, its economics, business. And so that Pluto back into Capricorn was making sure you've learned your lessons. Then in the middle of January 2024, Pluto is now going to one more time in Aquarius through the end of August. At which point, as you go into September, it goes back into Capricorn just to fine-tune with all this corporate governmental issues, September to the middle of November. And then the Pluto goes back into Aquarius and remains for nearly 20 years. Pluto is about this massive shift and change for the globe. The last time, as I've talked about many times, was 243 years ago when we had the French and the American Revolutions, when the people were fighting for their personal rights and freedoms from the King of France and England. And it also brought the new experiment of democracy. And so with Pluto going back into Aquarius, all of that is being reset and re-reminded, or being more fine-tuned. By the end of November 2024, powerful transformational Pluto is back into Aquarius for nearly 20 years. So it's this, so what the French and American Revolution brought for mankind, bringing more of a middle class, more technology, more personal freedoms, it started rough. But it was, the seed had been planted and it was developing over those years, those decades. Now things are being shaken up again to remind us to value our personal freedoms and our democracies, etc. So there's a lot of making sure we've learned from the past as it retrogrades back into Capricorn, but now starting to be more emphasized with Pluto in Aquarius into your 10th house. Now, 10th house, new business ventures. With Mars, with all these 5 planets in Aquarius, the Mars is risk-taking, and taking the lead, initiating major new business projects. But with Pluto just moving into Aquarius, it's just the beginning of a major shift and transformation with your career, with your professional reputation. Now, the new moon is on February the 9th in your Aquarius, in your 10th house. So the new moon is when all these energies are now focused, and now you got the plan, now you got the focus, all on career matters, to the next new moon, which will not be for 4 weeks. Now, this new moon is going to be forming a square, a 90-degree angle of conflict to rebellious, innovative Uranus. But because it's a square, it's more stressful. So this could mean, for those of you who are in a job or even in a career that you're feeling unfulfilled, you're feeling frustrated, that Uranus is that rebellious energy to the new moon of really starting to focus on your career. And so some of you could be up and quitting, leaving. On the same token, since there's all this real emphasis on new ventures, new career, you might even decide to break away from being an employee to being an employer. You might just be breaking away, rebelling to find, to get out of the old boring, stuck routine that you've been unsatisfied with. And so in some cases, you could lose your job, but then it's just resetting you to a better direction. Or you're the one who's like, I can't take it anymore. I got to break free and be more independent. And with Uranus, a lot of you could be about trying to figure out how to start your own business or how to start preparing to leave your business, your job, and starting something online. And with Uranus and all that Aquarius, that's technology. And most of the time, this is about having an online business. If you're trying to start a sideline business in today's economy, more than likely it would be on the internet and doing the online marketing, counseling, doing YouTube videos to try to attract business. So that's this strong emphasis. But then the Sun and Mercury, the last week, goes into Pisces, into your 11th. And so now you're really looking at this networking to keep expanding your business ideas and ventures, but also working in collaboration and teamwork with that 11th. Now let's back up. Venus and Mars will be in Aquarius together by the 16th of February, but the first 12 days, Venus and Mars are still in Capricorn. In fact, Venus went into Capricorn on the 23rd of January until the 16th. And then Mars went into Capricorn on January the 4th until February the 12th. So Venus and Mars is passionate, it's intimate, it's creative. And the first 12 days, well, it was happening the last week of January, but the first 12 days of February, that dynamic, passionate Venus-Mars in Capricorn is in your 9th house. Then by the 16th, when the Venus leaves Capricorn and joins Mars, and they're both going to be in Aquarius, in the 10th house. So they're all that passion, being able to pitch and sell your business ideas. But the 9th house, that into January, the first 12 days of February, the 9th house could be about promotion and marketing and advertising. That's what the 9th house is about. Or you might be getting really excited and passionate about going back to school to get more training or get the degree so your career future is more secure, or getting some more technical, that's all that Aquarius energy, some more technical training with that 9th house of taking workshops and classes. So you're more prepared to really push through the career ventures when all those planets are back into Aquarius. Now, Taurus, this is part of the forecast where I like to look at how all these energies are impacting your body, your relationships, your business. And I've touched upon a lot of this already. But with your health and vitality, Mars in Capricorn, in Earth sign, until the 12th of February, is in harmony with your Taurus sun or rising sign. Taurus is an earth sign, Capricorn's an earth sign, Mars is really strong in Capricorn. So there's a lot of, from that end of January through, well, actually from the first part of January up until the first 12 days of February, there's a lot of robust, vital energy going on. Then the Mars, athletic, assertive Mars, goes into Aquarius, but Aquarius is going to be the Mars in Aquarius will be aligning with Venus, and Venus is the ruler of Taurus. So the ruling planet of your sun sign or rising sign will also be impacting your physical body. So Venus has a lot to do with your physical body, and it's being supported by Mars. So there's a lot of excitement and passion, and as I said, more robust energies. So there's a lot of energy that you can tap into, at least most of you, to be able to accomplish and get jump-starting all these major career goals. And with the Venus-Mars, which is the sexual energy, the passionate energies, the Venus-Mars in Capricorn in the 9th, now that could be romantically a really favorable time for taking a long-distance vacation. The 9th deals with long-distance, foreign energies. The 9th house can also represent higher education. So that Venus-Mars could be that passion for getting more learning, but you could also, if you're single and looking, you could meet somebody while you are in class, joining a workshop, or if you're going traveling. And if you're traveling with your partner, the Venus-Mars, it just could be more romantic, being much more fun. And then the Venus-Mars going into the career sector, together on the 16th of February, there could be some infatuation going on, some flirting going on at the job with somebody. And sometimes this means it doesn't have to be at the job. It could be with somebody who is an authority figure or somebody who is older. Plus the full moon on February the 24th is going to fall in Virgo, in Earth sign, compatible with Taurus, in your 5th house. The 5th house is the sector of romance, of children, of vacations. However, that full moon, the 24th, but a couple of days either side of that, puts a real spotlight on this pleasurable romantic side of the chart. But it's also being aspected by restricted Saturn. So there could be that vacation plans, party plans, could just have to be delayed and get back to at a later date. In business, I focus so much with those 5 planets in the 10th house, and especially with Pluto, so many Taurus and Taurus risings. Depending if you're really young, you might start finding some passion of a career path. If you are or you might be starting to plan to retire and go into a whole other direction with life purpose. And if you're in the middle, that most of you probably will be, then you could be planting some seeds of making a major shift to advance and take career to the next level. A very simple explanation or interpretation would be like deciding to no longer be an employee, but be your own boss and really focus on business ventures. And with that Venus-Mars together in the 10th with decision-making Mercury, you're feeling excited, you're feeling passionate. And then, of course, that new moon that I talked about, February the 9th, in your 10th house of careers, really putting a focus on business career matters, but in hard angle to Uranus. So you're rebelling, your job's leaving you, you're leaving the job, but shaking things up to really advance. And maybe that's the blessing in disguise if you've been really wanting to have your own business and then your business gets rid of you or downsizes everybody, and now you have the opportunity, well, what are you going to do about it? And so many people could be shaking their whole business life up and looking for a sideline business, at least to get started. So I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or to sign up for my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.go. That's .co. Until next month, be safe and well.